I'm Diana Felzone, and this is 4for4. Tragedy struck Hollywood this week with the horrifying news that former S.H.I.E.L.D. star Michael Jace was arrested for his wife's murder. TMZ reported that Jace called the police to tell them he shot his wife. There's also been allegations from his ex-wife in legal documents that he was abusive, so this may have not been the first time that there's been a domestic abuse incident. Kate, what was your initial reactions to this?
I mean, I was really floored. I'm not familiar with the actor or the show, but, you know, just the fact that this is Hollywood and it's shining a light on domestic violence, which is a huge issue in this country, I was really floored, and I think it's a real tragedy and a shame.
Yeah. I agree. It's a major tragedy, and, you know, this happens every day all across America, and we rarely talk about it. And here it takes this actor in Hollywood to get us to talk about it, and that in itself is a little sad. This is something we need to be talking about on a much larger scale.
1 in 4 women is a victim of domestic violence at some point in their lifetimes, but I just worry that even though we're talking about this right now, it's not going to get any real action done on this issue.
Most people love to hate the Kardashians, but after seeing numerous media outlets attack Rob Kardashian's weight, I'm standing up for the reality star. Enough is enough. Are we being too mean to him, Justin?
You know, I have no sympathy for the Kardashians whatsoever, but, you know, we live in we live in a country of fat people and fat shamers, and now the fat shaming does need to end. And, you know, Rob has called out these people and said, I'm going to handle it myself. And good for him for doing that.
Yeah.
And, you know, across the country, just be healthier, but cut out the, you know, the mean fat shaming.
Like what kind of size you should be.
No one should have to deal with this. But what's so interesting is that this is the type of criticism that female actresses and other public presences deal with all the time, and men rarely do. So I hope that Rob getting this sort of criticism brings light to the fact that no one should be called out for their weight in a public forum.
I absolutely agree, and I kind of feel bad for Rob. Anybody who watches the Kardashians, which I do from time to time, can see that he seems to be really emotionally struggling. Yeah. So who knows, maybe he's stress eating, maybe he packed on some pounds to kind of get out of the shadow of his sisters. But poor Rob, we need to give him a break.
Yeah, we do. From one Kardashian to the next, Kim K is set to marry Kanye West this weekend in an affair that is to rival the royal wedding. Do you care, Gab?
I do. I have to admit that I'm a little bit interested to see how Kanye and Kim will really outdo Kim's last wedding to Chris Humphries, which was pretty much the most over-the-top spectacle ever. But no one does spectacle better than the Kardashians.
Hollywood.
And now...
Go ahead, go.
Well, I'm just going to add that the Kardashians love a good spectacle, but you know who loves it more? Kanye West. This thing's going to be crazy, balls to the wall. I can't wait to see it. And Kanye acts like he's above this whole media circus that surrounds the Kardashians. He loves it. We know you love it, Kanye.
I see the disdain from Justin.
I don't love it. Who cares? It's a wedding, and I didn't care about the royal wedding. I don't care about...
Get off my lawn!
Get off my lawn! Yeah, that's right. I don't care about this wedding, and I didn't care about the royal wedding. And, you know, go do something more important with your time. Go to a homeless shelter and help somebody instead of giving these people the attention that they...
Okay, so you just want them to be altruistic. Maybe they'll give some of the proceeds from the wedding to charity.
I'm sure.
In the debut episode, The Bachelorette, the show addresses the death of a contestant by saying Eric passed away shortly after filming concluded on this show. And they added that he was a vibrant man. Did The Bachelorette handle the death of a contestant appropriately, Kate?
Well, maybe I'm just a cynic, but I don't think anyone believed The Bachelorette was going to can this season because a cast member passed away. I think they did this quasi-tastefully, but there's money to be made, and this is Hollywood, so they weren't going to change their plan.
Yeah, from a business point of view, it would not make sense for them to cancel the season. But let's not be naive that they're doing this and, you know, for the money and for the attention, but this happens quite often. James Gandolfini died, and then you had 3 of his movies released after he died. But they're not doing it to, you know, kind of promote his death. Kind of, I'm not saying that The Bachelor's doing that, but again, let's not be too naive that they're looking for, you know, a boost in revenue here.
I think they handled it pretty well, as tastefully as they could have. I just hope that in the editing of the actual shows themselves that they show this man in the best light possible, because that's really important for his friends and family.
Especially a reality show. You have to be so careful what you edit and what you keep. Now you know what we think. What do you think? Tell us on Twitter at Fox401, #444.